Hello and welcome back for another story time with Dr. Sabrina. I'm your host for Story Time. I'm Dr. Sabrina Starling, the business psychologist and the author of The 4-Week Vacation, as well as the How to Hire the Best series. And we have been doing a chapter a day in the 4-Week Vacation since last week. And the 4-Week Vacation launched last Tuesday, and I'm so excited that it's finally out there in the world. And I love hearing people's responses and reactions as you're listening to these episodes, as I'm reading, as well as those of you who've just dove into the book. You're on your own and you're making your own discoveries. So as we go today, and if I share something that really resonates with you, it would be fantastic if you would leave a comment in the chat. I do want to share that next week, I will be teaching live the 4-Week Vacation Better Business, Better Life Jumpstart. So if you are not in a place where you can take a 4-week vacation, totally unplugged, and you are ready to take your life back from your business, you need to be on the live next week when I do the training. The best way to do that is get your copy of the 4-Week Vacation and go to 4weekvacation.com. Let us know you've purchased the book, and you will get an invite into the 4-Week Vacation Better Business, Better Life Jumpstart that I'm teaching next week. So go to 4weekvacation.com and follow the steps there to get your invite. This will not be streamed over social media. It is invitation only. And you're going to get to work very closely with me. We're going to do this workshop style over Zoom. So you'll have lots of chances to ask me questions and lots of chances to interact. I'm really looking forward to it because I get to hear where you feel particularly challenged in getting your business ready to take a 4-week vacation. And I get to help you apply the Tap the Potential solution that's featured here in the 4-Week Vacation book. So again, that's starting next week. I'm going to be teaching for 2 weeks live on the 4-Week Vacation and in the Better Business, Better Life Jumpstart. So go to 4weekvacation.com. Let us know you purchased a copy of the book and follow the steps there to get your invite into that exclusive jumpstart that we're doing. And today we're going to finish up chapter 7. We didn't get to finish that up yesterday, so we have a little bit left in chapter 7, which is setting your team up for success as you go on a 4-week vacation. And then chapter 8 is the Tap the Potential solution, which is the core of setting your business up for a 4-week vacation. So we'll be getting into that today. And just by way of a little bit of fun, I was on my computer and a picture popped up, and it's from several years ago at one of our breakthroughs retreats, and it's a picture of some of our initial 4-week vacation trailblazers. So I just wanted to share this picture with you to inspire you, and so you can see the good things that happen when you take a 4-week vacation. So let me see if I can get this pulled up. Let's see. Share screen window. Well, I had it pulled up a minute ago and now it disappeared. So bear with me. It's technology sometimes, the challenges. Okay, so let me try that again. Here we go. All right. So now you see this is our from a retreat 3 years ago, actually. These are the 4-week vacation trailblazers who were at the retreat at the time. So that's obviously, we all look very happy because we've taken 4-week vacations. That's the thing about taking a 4-week vacation, is it really does give you that feeling of freedom from your business. Over in the right-hand corner is Steve Bousquet. You've heard him referenced in the 4-week vacation book. And when we get to the end, we hear more of Steve's story. And then there's Dr. Nancy Tremblay, and she's referenced in the 4-week vacation book, some of her stories in there. Donna Lyons is in there. And if you were with me last week, I shared her experience taking a 4-week vacation from her business. And then, of course, there's Mike McAllowitz down there. He's taken multiple 4-week vacations, and myself. So you can do this too. Every one of us, when we set out to take these 4-week vacations in our business, we had our doubts, we had our concerns, we encountered challenges, things did not go as planned, and we still created the 4-week vacation experience, and we learned from those challenges. And that's such a big part of the 4-week vacation mindset that I hope you understand is nothing ever goes as planned in small business, and we are constantly having to adapt and adjust and revise. And we just use everything as learning opportunities. We're really big on that at Tap the Potential. And I believe that so much of the support we provide our clients in our Better Business, Better Life program is around being more resilient and bouncing back and not losing sight of why we're doing, what's important to us. So as you think about a 4-week vacation, one of the most powerful things you can do is to think about your why. Why is it important to you to take a 4-week vacation, and what will be different in your life, and especially for your loved ones, what will be different for them because you've set your business up where it can run without you? So with no further ado, we are going to dive in. And again, we're still in chapter 7, and we are talking about setting your team up for success. Yesterday, I spent a lot of time going through creating a compelling, vivid vision and sharing it with your team and the value in doing that. Continuing with chapter 7, now we're going to talk about immutable laws, and all of these go into your decision-making filter that you share with your team so that they can handle things in your absence, and you will feel good about how they handle things in your absence. Immutable laws. Now that you have your compelling, vivid vision, it's time to define your immutable laws. I've been coaching entrepreneurs for years, and I noticed the simple actions that change their lives and their businesses for the better. Defining your immutable laws is top of the list. The impact is profound. Your immutable laws are your core values, your fundamental, deeply held beliefs, your highest priorities, and the organizing principles that guide your actions. In How to Hire the Best, the entrepreneur's ultimate guide to attracting top-performing team members, I dive deep into how to identify your immutable laws and then hire team members whose core values closely align with your immutable laws. That will be key for you to entrust decision-making to your team. I will summarize this briefly here, but I recommend you read and implement How to Hire the Best as you build your A-player team that will execute in your absence. The challenge most of us have is that our immutable laws are so much a part of the fabric of who we are that we have a hard time identifying them, much less putting them into written form to share publicly in our businesses. We are happiest when operations in our business are in sync with our immutable laws. But watch out, when one or more of our immutable laws is violated, we feel it. We get frustrated and angry. Here's a powerful question for identifying your immutable laws. What's ticked you off recently? Think about something a team member, customer, or co-owner has done recently that really got under your skin. Chances are one of your immutable laws was violated. Try to put words on the immutable law that was violated. For example, one business owner shared with me that it frustrates him when his team members show up to work around 8 a.m. and often are about 5 minutes late. He's had repeated discussions with them about the importance of showing up on time for work. The timeliness gets better for a few days, but then the team members are right back to old behaviors, strolling in a minute late and 5 minutes late, etc. I asked this owner what showing up on time means to him. He replied, it means showing up 5 minutes early. Aha, this was an unspoken immutable law for him. Once he clarified this immutable law with his team members, his better team members began showing up early. If they were late, they were arriving at 8 a.m. The owner is much happier with this pattern of behavior from his team members. Take a few moments to brainstorm your immutable laws, then observe yourself during the coming weeks. When do you feel proud of your business? Chances are an immutable law is being honored. When are you ticked off? Chances are an immutable law is being violated. Capture those immutable laws and then add them to your list. Eventually, you will want to narrow your list of immutable laws. A shorter list is easily remembered by you, your team members, and your customers. Narrowing your list and getting the wording right takes some time. So start with brainstorming your list, then try it out for a while, making changes as you go. So I'm curious, as you're listening, what are some of your immutable laws? I'm going to share with you our immutable laws at Tap the Potential. I wrote them out in the book here because I think it's so helpful to see examples of other businesses' immutable laws. And one of the funny things that happens at Tap the Potential, and it'll happen in your business too, is that your immutable laws attract people who are like you. They gravitate towards your immutable laws. So we have a whole bunch of people at Tap the Potential who borrow our immutable laws and use them in their own business. So I'm fine with you borrowing our immutable laws if they really resonate with you. But that's the key, is you don't want your immutable laws to be aspirational values. You really want them to reflect who you are. And so do do take the time to do the exercise for yourself, to pay attention to what's ticked you off recently and the core values underneath that, as well as when you feel most proud. But as I go through these immutable laws, if you find some that really resonate with you, feel free to take them. So tap the potential immutable laws. Work supports life, not the other way around. You see that everywhere. It's on my t-shirt, it's on the screen. We have that splash everywhere. It's one of our biggest immutable laws. And I realized the power of that immutable law one time when I just said it to one of our clients just in the course of coaching, and she latched onto it. She said, yes, I'm writing that down. That is exactly how I feel. And then I said it to a few more clients, and I noticed people were like, oh, absolutely, yes. And that's how I came to recognize that this is an immutable law that was attracting the right people to us. And so you'll notice this too, as you share your immutable laws, people really resonate, and there'll be other people this won't resonate with. So your immutable laws really attract the right people and they repel the wrong people. Another immutable law, tap the potential, be a gift from your gifts. We seek opportunities to use our strengths to add value for our clients and our communities. I could tell so many stories about these immutable laws, so I'm going to have to stop myself here and just say I'm just going to read the list at this point. But one of the things that you really want to be doing is looking for the stories about the immutable laws in your business and share them over and over with your team, because those become the seeds of your culture. And every time you share a story about an immutable law in your business, you are influencing and shaping your team's behavior to align with the immutable laws. Lead with love is another one of our immutable laws. We attract ideal clients and serve the heck out of them. We devote ourselves to our clients achieving their highest goals and being their best selves. Our clients can count on us. We do what we say we're going to do. Walk the talk, even when it's hard. There's no other way. Be real, take risks, be vulnerable. Being in business is tough. Do the happy dance whenever you can. Celebrate wins and intentionally do more of what works. Mistakes are learning opportunities. Vent, learn, and keep moving forward. Giving up is not an option. There are no right or wrong immutable laws. Create the ones that are right for you and your business. Feel free to incorporate any of our immutable laws that resonate with you. We find that entrepreneurs in the Tap the Potential family often share immutable laws. This is the power of immutable laws. They attract the right people to your business. So it's not surprising that our immutable laws, or the immutable laws of other business owners in the Tap the Potential family, will have immutable laws that resonate with you. Just take it as a sign you've found your tribe. For more examples and support in clarifying your immutable laws, join our Entrepreneurs Take Your Life Back community at tapthepotential.com/group. This is where I teach the Better Business, Better Life Jumpstart, the free mini course that's mentioned in this book and based on this book. And I walk you through identifying your immutable laws. Plus, you'll find a community of entrepreneurs who, like you, embrace the power of owning their immutable laws. With your compelling, vivid vision and immutable laws in place, your team can see the future they are working together to create and the great workplace culture they are part of creating. Now it's time to define what winning looks like for your team. Field of play. In the game of work, Chuck Coonrat asks, why are we willing to work harder at sports and games than in the office? He ponders why men who set their alarms to wake at 3 a.m., jump out of bed, grab their coffee, and put on waders to freeze in the marsh while duck hunting will be the very same men who stumble into the office late and struggle to be productive throughout their days. As Coonrat reflects on the large sums of money these individuals pay for guns, ammunition, and other equipment, he wonders about an even bigger question. Why are we willing to not only work harder at sports than in the office, but also pay for the privilege of playing? I love that question. The answer, it turns out, lies in making work more like a game by clearly defining the field of play. Our team members need to know what is expected of them, what results constitute winning, and what behavior is out of bounds, while receiving frequent and timely performance feedback to improve their results. We create boundaries by defining what winning looks like, as well as the terminal and disciplinary out of bounds behaviors. These boundaries create great freedom within the playing field. Team members thrive in this freedom. Your immutable laws define terminal out of bounds behavior. Those are the behaviors that will result in being fired. You also need to identify disciplinary out of bounds. These boundaries create great freedom within the playing field. At Tap the Potential, we call these our general operating principles. When one of these is violated, it results in an immediate discussion with the team member, a plan for handling the current situation, and how the team member will avoid violating that principle again in the future. Whenever feasible, the responsibility for correcting the out-of-bounds behavior is on the team member with the support of the supervisor and other team members as appropriate. Establish a clear result expected from each role. Tie this into the greater company goals, the sweet spot, and profitability. These should all connect to your compelling, vivid vision. When you have this in place, every member of your team knows why they do, what happens when they don't do what is expected, and more importantly, what happens when they meet or exceed expectations. This is an initial step to define your field of play for your team. This is defining what winning looks like. Measuring results gives you the opportunity to benchmark your team members' performance and coach them to set their own goals for improvement, supporting them in bettering their best from week to week and month to month. I want to be very clear. Your team members are setting their own goals to better their best from quarter to quarter. You are defining the field of play so that the goals they set connect to company goals and your compelling, vivid vision. But your team members set their own goals to better their best. They are not competing against each other. They are competing against themselves as part of a team striving to better its best to achieve a compelling, vivid vision. When it is clear what winning looks like, business is a fun game to play, and A players will want to show up with their A game. Furthermore, when you know what is important to your team members, their goals, hopes, and dreams, you are able to connect their winning in their role to the achievement of their personal vision. Now we are fully tapping the power of intrinsic motivation. Equip your team with tools for making better decisions. When it comes to decisions and choices in our businesses, many of us operate in reaction mode, rarely taking time to think through choices and alternatives, much less consulting others before we make decisions. We act as if we need to make most decisions in the moment to keep things moving. In reality, very few crises in our businesses can't wait a day or a week to be solved. The time to think, contemplate, and explore options inevitably yields better outcomes. The benefit of involving your team in decision-making is twofold. It forces you to slow down your decision-making process. Sleeping on a decision often yields a fresh perspective. Asking for input from others on your team yields new perspectives and alternatives you might not identify on your own. When we couple team decision-making with powerful questioning, the quality of the decisions increases exponentially. Learning how to ask powerful questions to shine the light on alternatives not explored is a skill that most of us need to develop. Powerful questions expand our thinking. Q-storming, a process of brainstorming powerful questions, often leads to insights and new possibilities. The questions we ask determine the solutions we find. If we don't like the solutions we are finding, we need to ask better questions. Powerful questions are open-ended. They do not require an immediate response. Sometimes just sitting with the question yields new insights. Some of the most powerful questions are those that invite us to explore what is contrary to our belief system, the other's perspectives, and the future with respect to a decision we are making. Examples of powerful questions include, what is the real issue? What assumptions am I making? What other ways might I approach this? What is the other person thinking, feeling, or wanting? What have I not considered? What are 3 counter arguments to my opinion? What do I not know? Where am I stuck? What is the real challenge for me? What am I tolerating? What am I tolerating that goes against our immutable laws? Where am I stopping short? What is in the way? What information do I need to make a more informed decision? These are just a handful of powerful questions as examples. When your team is addressing an issue, it can be helpful to brainstorm powerful questions first, i.e. Q-storm, before diving into solving the issue. Yes, this slows down the decision-making process. That is a good thing. You will make better decisions. Remember the dumb tax referenced earlier in the book? Powerful questions help us avoid paying the dumb tax. In order for us to be away from our businesses for an extended period of time, we need to support our teams in making quality decisions. In my experience, teams often make better decisions in the absence of the business owner. Why? simply because they are more likely to consult other team members for input as they make decisions. As the saying goes, 2 heads are better than 1. Multiple team members collaborating to make a decision also increases the likelihood that multiple critical factors and perspectives are taken into account. Additionally, greater consideration may be given to the impact of the decision across multiple areas of the business. This is where slowing things down speeds things up. Driving pit crews talk about slowing down to speed up. This is a powerful message in a speed-focused world where hundredths of a second can cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. I think it's a good reminder for us all. Equip your team with a decision-making filter. When you make decisions, you have various considerations you are taking into account. These are likely unspoken considerations. Some of these considerations may even be subconscious, and you may not be fully aware of them yet. As you learn the Tap the Potential solution in the next chapter, you will refine your criteria for decisions in your business. After all, you want to be making decisions that support designing a sustainably profitable business that gives you more time for what matters most and more money in your bank account than ever. To make decisions that align with your compelling, vivid vision and to avoid the survival trap, it helps to have a decision-making filter or a series of questions to run options through. Yes responses below indicate you are making a decision in alignment with your compelling, vivid vision. Note that some concepts referenced below will be discussed in the next chapter. Don't be concerned if you're not familiar with each concept yet. Here are key questions to support your team in making quality decisions. Does this choice move us directly toward our compelling, vivid vision? If yes, how does it do so? Does this decision align with our immutable laws? Does this grow or support our sweet spot? If yes, how does it do so? How does this decision impact our top clients? Does this support profitability? Remember that to build a sustainable company, the impact of decision on the company's profitability needs to be taken into consideration. If yes, how does it do so? Does this further our area of innovation? If yes, how does it do so? Is this decision sustainable long term? If yes, how so? What impact does this decision have on our existing systems? Imagine we are looking back on this decision 12 months from now and it was a huge success. What made that happen? Imagine we are looking back on this decision 12 months from now and it was a failure. What went wrong? What actions will we take now to address that? Who will need to be notified of this decision? In other words, what cascading messages need to go out to the rest of the team or clients? Who is responsible for those messages? There you have it. Everything your team needs to grow the business in your absence. How cool is that? Congratulations. Empowering your team to make decisions is a big step toward you taking your life back from your business. Your efforts here are worth $10,000 an hour because you have made your business scalable. You've added significant value to the business because not only will it survive without you, it will grow without you. Let that sink in for a minute. Imagine your business growing while you took a long vacation. Imagine your business growing while you finish work at 3 o'clock each day to pick up your kids at school. Imagine your business growing when you decide to be away for an extended period of time to take care of an ailing family member. Ask yourself, what is new for you in this chapter? What are 2 to 3 immutable laws in your business? Take a step forward. Free write your first draft of your compelling, vivid vision. Grab a blank piece of paper and pen, set a timer for 10 minutes, and respond to this question. What do you want? Now it's time to dive deep into the Tap the Potential solution to not only have the choice to take a 4-week vacation, but to also design your business to be sustainably profitable so that you have more time for what matters most and more money in your bank account than ever. Chapter 8, the Tap the Potential solution. So I want to pause here and just share with you an image of the Tap the Potential solution so you can see it up on screen. And what I want to say about the Tap the Potential solution is that this is a way to think about your business from a high level strategy point of view in terms of these are the things to do and the order in which to do them so that you really design that business that's sustainably profitable, and it gives you more time for what matters most and more money in your bank account than ever. And it's simple and it's very elegant, but don't be fooled by the simplicity of it, because you really want to stay in alignment with it. So let me do a screen share here. And it's very easy to get out of alignment and I think, as a business owner, we can get carried away and start focusing on too many things in the business, trying to do too many things at once. And when clients come into our Better Business, Better Life program, one of the things we do is we create an action plan for them based on what's important to them, what are their goals that they want to achieve. So we start helping them create their compelling, vivid vision right off the bat in their initial conversations with us. And then we create an action plan for the business to support achieving those goals and that compelling, vivid vision. We utilize the Tap the Potential solution to create that action plan and then support them in staying on the path throughout their work with us. And we hear over and over how important that accountability piece is, because as business owners, it's so easy for us to get off in the weeds. So this is the Tap the Potential solution that you see on your screen. So it starts with designing your business to be sustainably profitable, niching down with a clearly defined sweet spot, falling back in love with your business. That's what happens when you build your business around the sweet spot and your top clients, and then innovating around the sweet spot. When I teach the Better Business, Better Life Jumpstart next week, I spend a lot of time talking about innovation around the sweet spot. It's an area where too many of us skip. We don't do it fully. We don't do as much as we could. And I think that's going to be a really important factor in 2022 for businesses to be profitable. So I hope you'll be joining me for that Jumpstart next week. Step 4 in the Tap the Potential solution is to build a lean and mighty team. That's all based on the How to Hire the Best system. And then step 5 is networking using the How to Hire the Best A-player attraction system that you install in your business. And that allows your lean and mighty team to continue growing and scaling the business. Meanwhile, you are this happy little guy here taking your life back from your business. So I'm going to leave this on the screen as I start talking about the Tap the Potential solution, so you can see it and just have an idea of where we're headed in the chapter. Okay, chapter 8, the Tap the Potential solution. You don't have to work as hard as you're working. There are people around you who would love to take that responsibility of all those little details from you, and it will expand their self-worth if you just let go of those things. Dr. Nancy Tremblay, founder of Tremblay Chiropractic and author of Stealth Health. It's Sunday evening. George is relaxed as he thinks about the week ahead. He sleeps soundly, knowing that whatever may come up on Monday morning will be handled not by him, but by his team. No more sleepless Sundays. He has been taking Fridays off, and he doesn't work on the weekends. With longer weekends, George is more relaxed and refreshed than he's felt in years. In just a few weeks, he will be taking 2 weeks off for a vacation with his family. He will not be checking email or responding to text messages from his team while he is away. George's 4-week vacation is just 7 months away. His last vacation, 7 days, was a test. It revealed some weaknesses in his business that he and his team have since shored up. He is eager to try being away for 2 weeks to see how the new systems work in his absence. The team is more eager than even George. They are ready to prove themselves. Their pride in their work is evident. As they high-five one another in the office for a job well done. Team meetings are high energy and issues are resolved from week to week. Not only is George experiencing more time freedom and the psychological benefits that come from that, but his business is also growing. Plus, there is more money in his bank account than ever. The guaranteed path to designing a sustainably profitable business that gives you more time for what matters most and more money in your bank account than ever. That's the Tap the Potential solution. This is not a pipe dream. This is reality, and it's what many of our clients experience from the work they do with us at Tap the Potential in our Better Business, Better Life program. In this chapter, I will share with you the Tap the Potential solution, which is core to our Better Business, Better Life program. The Tap the Potential solution sets you up to have more time for what matters most and more money in your bank account than ever. If you have an established business, your business can be running without you for an extended period of time in just 12 to 18 months by implementing the Tap the Potential solution. Although many of our clients are working toward a 4-week vacation, some are simply focusing on freeing themselves from the day-to-day demands of their business and building a sustainably profitable business. That is the beauty of the Tap the Potential solution. When you implement it, your business becomes streamlined, profitable, and focused on top clients who are a joy to work with, and you become an employer of choice, easily attracting A-player team members. With their business running in this way, we often hear our clients comment they have fallen back in love with the business and don't want to be away from it for extended periods of time. They are deriving happiness and fulfillment running a business that aligns with their vision and immutable laws. Their business has become life-giving. While it may be your choice not to be away from your business, I encourage you to consider the benefit of a business that is capable of running for an extended period of time without your involvement. It is truly sustainable and has more value when, not if, you exit the business. As your team members come to appreciate this, they will urge you to take 4-week vacations. They want to prove themselves and have opportunities to grow. When you stick around, you deprive them of that. After all, a sustainably profitable business provides them with job security and opportunities for advancement, 2 qualities A-players strongly desire in their careers. Persistence and accountability are important for seeing the full implementation of the Tap the Potential solution to completion. This is a new way of doing business, and it brings about a transformation, not just in your business, but also in your quality of life. Transformation means change. Because we are changing our mindset and ingrained habits, the support and accountability of trusted guides and peers makes it much more likely you will stay the course. This is not a path to walk alone. Our clients in our Better Business, Better Life program benefit tremendously from our availability and ongoing support, as well as peer support and accountability as they implement the Tap the Potential solution. If this speaks to you, I encourage you to consider joining us, and you can connect with us at tapthepotential.com. It's well worth the effort to implement the Tap the Potential solution. This way of doing business is more sustainable and yields a business that is more enjoyable for all involved, including and most especially you. This is a transformation that creates a positive impact for years ahead. Step 1 in the Tap the Potential solution: design your business to be sustainably profitable. I've had a number of business coaches over the years. Most coaching engagements start off with this question asked fairly early in the conversation. What are your revenue goals? Most business coaches focus on increasing revenue. At Tap the Potential, we focus on increasing profit. Revenue growth is great, but if there is no profit or inconsistent profit, your business is a paycheck to paycheck business and value is not building. Our research reveals that the majority of entrepreneurs are struggling to build profit. 60% say their business is not consistently profitable above and beyond their salary. 55% do not have money sitting in a bank account that is not being plowed back into the business for operations and growth. These businesses are not building value and have no emergency savings for a crisis. When you are intentional about designing a business to be profitable, different choices present themselves. When you are intentionally setting profit and owner's pay aside first, before other expenses are paid in the business, you run the business differently. Expenses adjust around profit. This is a very different way of doing business than allowing profit and owner's pay to be treated as afterthoughts. Some of our clients are able to pay themselves more and accumulate profit because they have scaled down their business and stopped chasing revenue growth. In doing so, their quality of life improves dramatically. That's right. Some of our clients have intentionally chosen to reduce revenue, reduce their team, reduce their office space, and focus more closely on building their business around the core of what is working best. We call that the sweet spot of the business. More on that later in the chapter. By reducing payroll and rent, which are typically the biggest expenses in a business, they are able to pay themselves an appropriate salary and have profit in the business. This is the epitome of working smarter. Case study, Dr. Nancy Tremblay. Dr. Nancy Tremblay was enduring extreme levels of stress as she managed her bustling chiropractic practice across 2 locations and 40 employees. She knew she needed a change, and she made the 4-week vacation pledge. After an unexpected turn of events almost derailed her 4-week vacation, she was able to take the much-needed break and restructure her time to focus on writing her book. On a scale of 1 to 100, Dr. Tremblay says her stress level approached 100 most days at work. It was high, she says, mentioning a major financial glitch that led to a drop of a quarter of their income in 2015. We were trying to keep everybody happy and well compensated for what they did. I always put my employees first. So Dr. Tremblay stopped paying herself, unable to make the changes that would help her business become healthy again. When we're on the hamster wheel, we don't have the mental capacity to stop and reflect, she says. I was actually suffering a mental breakdown. I was having panic attacks. I was emotionally hanging by a thread. Working with Tap the Potential, she realized she wanted to write a book and reach more people. That's my purpose in life, to help people with their life goals by helping them with their pain and their problems, she says. Dr. Nancy began by creating a 5-year vision, which weeded out some employees. When you're stepping into a bigger vision, it doesn't mean that your entire team is going to be on board with it and ready to go, she says. There will be some who catch the vision and live it, and there will be others who say, no, that's not for me. Knowing she needed to downsize in order to regain her sanity, Dr. Nancy closed her 2nd location, eliminating overhead and cutting down the number of necessary employees. This reduced her expenses by 2/3, allowing Dr. Nancy to start paying herself again. Downsizing immediately expanded her health, her well-being, and her profitability. As Dr. Nancy planned her first 4-week vacation in 2018, she thought she could depend on a second doctor to step into her role. Oh, this will be easy, Dr. Nancy recalls of her mindset. She can just take over for me for 4 weeks, no problem. But after attending the Tap the Potential Breakthroughs retreat and tuning back into her Immutable Laws, she saw the second doctor was not a good fit for her practice and let her go. Her strategy for a 4-week vacation suddenly disappeared. Then Dr. Nancy was diagnosed with Lyme disease, suffering some of the most severe symptoms. Her 4-week vacation turned into recovery and healing time. Her team immediately stepped up and kept the practice running as she met with medical doctors, discovered homeotherapy, and took the much-needed rest. In 2019, she was able to devote her second 4-week vacation to writing a book, Stealth Health, about taking back your power and unraveling the mystery of you. Dr. Nancy also creates workshops and online courses. She's sparked an entire movement around the topic. It breaks my heart when I see somebody who's got to put their own personal mission or life's purpose aside, whether it's being a fantastic mom or building a great company or being an artist, says Dr. Nancy. I hate when I see people having to put that aside because of an illness or pain or a problem when they can go back to it and be everything they want to be in whatever that is in their life. In the meantime, Dr. Nancy says her stress level has dropped to around a 5 or a 10 on a scale of 100, and her business has become more sustainable. It gives her life instead of taking away her life. You don't have to work as hard as you're working, she says. There are people around you who would love to take that responsibility of all those little details from you, and it will expand their self-worth if you just let go of those things. Isn't it ironic? The traditional story about entrepreneurship would have us believe that success is based on how much we make, i.e. growing revenue, how fancy our office space is, i.e. get a bigger and nicer space, and how many we employ, i.e. increase your payroll. Yet, these are the very same factors that prevent us from ever being profitable and paying ourselves appropriately for the work we do in the business, not to mention the entrepreneurial risk we bear. Let me be very clear. It's not about the money you make. It's about the money you keep. It's about the money that is in your bank account. It's about your business giving you a comfortable lifestyle as an entrepreneur so that you reap the rewards of all your hard work and the entrepreneurial risk you bear. After all, if you're working long hours to make payroll, you're working too hard for someone else's paycheck. As David Jennings, author of Systemology and host of the Business Processes Simplified podcast says, I was working weekends. I was probably doing a good 70 to 80 hours per week. And I just thought, I don't want to be that dad who's always too busy, doesn't have time to walk the kids to school or make them breakfast or hang out. And I remember it really clearly at that point. I thought, other people have figured this out. What? Why am I stuck in this little repetitive loop? I must be doing something wrong here, and I've got to break out of that cycle. That was the biggest turning point. He's got it right. Let me explain. Of small businesses in the United States, 85% are paycheck to paycheck businesses. This means they are barely breaking even year after year. The owners of these businesses essentially own their job. That job comes with a heck of a lot of headaches and responsibilities. If there is no profit, what is the point of owning your job? Design your business to be sustainably profitable. Profit is the return you earn on your entrepreneurial investment. If you invested in the stock market and earned a 1% return on your investment, you'd be ticked, right? If you earned a 3% return on your investment, now you're doing a little better, but you're not even keeping up with inflation. So why would you want to own your job to earn 1 to 3% profit year after year, or worse, come up negative? Furthermore, as I'm sure you may have experienced, if you are at 1 to 3% profit some years, there are some years you are negative. There's just not enough margin with 1 to 3% profit. It's time to think differently. Design your business to be sustainably profitable. Make strategic decisions based on profitability. Take your profit first. This is what we help our clients do. Tap the Potential is a profit-first mastery firm, and we've been on the cutting edge of delivering profit-first coaching since the life-changing moment Mike Michalowicz shared Profit First with me. Perhaps you can relate to my experience. Having been in business for more than 10 years, with revenue growing at about 35% year to year, I was absolutely baffled as to why I was still living paycheck to paycheck and sometimes not paying myself. At what point does this change? I asked Mike. We were on a business strategy retreat with 2 other entrepreneurs. I was relieved to discover that I was not the only business coach struggling with this. Rodrigo Ladaga is the principal of Healthy Coaching in Mexico. And by the way, listen to my interview today with Rodrigo not today, it's coming Thursday on the Profit by Design podcast. He has a very powerful experience that he shares in relation to the 4-week vacation. So that's coming on Thursday. Like me, Rodrigo has devoted years of his life studying entrepreneurship and successful strategies to help entrepreneurs build their businesses. He had similar questions about profitability. I felt particular shame around not having an answer to a question I had been pondering for quite some time. Is there a system to manage cash in a business that lets entrepreneurs budget for growth and know how much to spend in the different areas of the business? After all, I'm a business coach. I should know. At least that was what my gremlins would have me believe. That's when Mike took out a pen and piece of paper and laid out the Profit First system for Rodrigo and me. This was not the first time I had encountered it. I had read about it in Mike's first book, The Toilet Paper Entrepreneur, and had even attempted to implement it on my own without much success. I had a lot of questions about if it would work in my business and some of the subtleties of how to implement it. Luckily, I had Mike Michalowicz sitting right there, and he helped Rodrigo and me think through how we would apply it in our businesses. Not only did Mike get us off to a solid start that day with Profit First, he also held our feet to the fire by creating an accountability document that he asked Rodrigo and me to fill out twice a month. Yikes, Mike Michalowicz was now holding me accountable to Profit First in my business. That is some serious accountability. It turned out to be a pivotal commitment in my life. A few months later, I wanted to take a long maternity leave, which became my first extended time away from my business. Not only did Profit First allow me to have plenty of cash built up in my owner's pay account to pay myself fully while on maternity leave, it also allowed me to purchase a new home a year later, which became the Entrepreneurs Retreat Center, where Mike and I hosted the annual Breakthroughs Retreat for a number of years. At the time of this writing, I am 9 years into the implementation of Profit First in my business. Even though Tap the Potential struggled during COVID, the struggle would have been much more severe without Profit First. We, like many of our clients, came into COVID with a substantial cash cushion that gave us and them an extended period of time to weather the crisis. Furthermore, as new clients came to us during COVID, we helped them to implement Profit First as a means to rapidly pay down debt they acquired during COVID. This, along with the rest of the Tap the Potential solution, has created a much welcomed path to recovery from an extended crisis that wreaked havoc on their lives. If you haven't implemented Profit First yet, what are you waiting for? You will be profitable with your next paycheck. I cannot put into words the value of the peace of mind Profit First has given me over these years. Our clients repeatedly comment on how life-changing Profit First is. You can have this too. Trust me, we've handheld many business owners through this. We know what's on the other side for you, and it's pretty darn good. You probably won't have that high-end office furniture, and your sign won't be as fancy, but I'm betting you'll be okay with that, right? After all, you'll be sleeping at night and taking vacations while your business grows in your absence. Sound good? Okay, onward. So we've just gone in depth into the Tap the Potential solution, and we've started with design your business to be sustainably profitable. So when we come back tomorrow, we're going to continue with the Tap the Potential solution and work our way through niching down with a clearly defined sweet spot, innovating, building a lean and mighty team, and networking using the How to Hire the Best A-Player Attraction System so that you can take your life back. So again, the Tap the Potential solution really is the core of what we teach at Tap the Potential in our Better Business, Better Life program. And it is what you need to be able to take that 4-week vacation and really take your life back from your business. It's the looking at the business from the perspective of profitability, building the right systems, and putting your team in place and continuing to attract A players to your business. Those are the key components that you need to be able to take a 4-week vacation. And there's some subtlety in there too around innovation. So I want to make sure you know that next week I will be teaching the Better Business, Better Life Jumpstart live. And I hope you're getting signed up for it. To sign up, all you need to do is go and purchase your copy of the 4-week vacation. And make sure you let us know at Tap the Potential that you've purchased your book, and you'll get your invitation into our Better Business, Better Life Jumpstart that's happening next week. You're going to have the opportunity to work with me up close and personal. There's no charge to attend the Jumpstart. We're doing this as part of the book launch. And it will not be streamed on Facebook or anywhere else. So you will have to register so that you can take part in the Jumpstart. And I hope that I get to see you there and answer all your questions and really get you off to a good jumpstart towards your 4-week vacation. So again, go to 4weekvacation.com and follow the steps there to make sure you get your invitation to next week's Jumpstart. Thank you for being with me today. When we come back tomorrow, we will pick up with Chapter 8 and continue through the Tap the Potential solution. Have a great afternoon. Bye for now.